Alright guys, I got all these injectors pulled out. What you got to do that is you got to pull both valve covers off, and pull them valve covers off, you got to pull both intake tubes off of either side of the engine. Pull both valve covers off, but very straightforward and simple. So I took both valve covers off. When I went to take the passenger side valve cover off, you had to unplug the glow plugs and the injector. I went to unplug the second to front on the passenger side, and the whole inside of the glow plug came out. So I got one coming from Napa. What I found was on the driver's side rear injector, I'm about to see if it'll hopefully focus, but right here is where the oil flows right here. The fuel flows right here, and you got your compression right here. And apparently the shop that did this work last time, or did work on this truck last time, replaced this injector from how the O-rings and everything look. And as you can see, they didn't even put the copper washer on the end of the injector. As you can see, all these are nice and cleanish, and this one's black. So they didn't put that one on, and the extra compression coming through the engine probably pushed all that oil out of there and the excess heat building up in here. So it took out the O-ring on this injector. So I've done pulled all the old O-rings off of this one to show you how it is. And you can see the difference between the old style O-rings and the new style O-rings right here. This one is just a flat O-ring, and this one is raised up. So what I'm doing is I use the Allied kits, which is recommended, but they have very good quality tool, OEM standard, and that's why I use them, because I've never had. I actually, in my 7.3 Excursion that my wife drives every day, I did the same thing, the oars, and used those and have not had a problem. And I've had buddies that have not had a problem using them. So what I'm doing is I'm taking and replacing all these O-rings and the copper washer that comes in the kit on every single one of them to keep this from happening, which is the high pressure oil getting into the fuel system. So if y'all have any questions on any of this, just comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to help answer any questions. Alright, so now I'm going to show y'all how to replace all these O-rings and stuff on here. First, what I do is I take my needle nose pliers, you can see, put it carefully to not scratch anything on the the copper gasket, and work it off. Throw it in the trash. Take your pick and you pull all these old O-rings off. And on the top you have an O-ring, then you have a round O-ring, then you have a square O-ring, and then on top of the square O-ring you have a little metal spacer. And everything comes with these kits, if you get the right kits. Just have to take your time working everything off. And I spray it down with a little bit of brake clean to clean all the gunk and the old O-ring pieces and trash and everything off of it. Wipe it down with a clean rag. Open up the kit. So the first thing you put on is this metal little spacer, and just be careful, just don't bend it or nothing, just kind of just work it its way down onto it. That's the first one. The second is, you can see here, is square O-ring. Just work its way down easy, try not to stretch it. Then you have your dark blue or purple O-ring, which goes next. Then you have this big pink one that goes right here in the middle. And when you go to install these, make sure and apply plenty of brand new clean oil. Then you got your orange that goes on the very bottom. And don't do like they did on this one. As you can see, all this is nice and shiny and this is black. That's because the copper O-ring seals off the tip of the injector to the cylinder to where your compression and everything stays in the engine itself. And they didn't put that, which caused it to get all nasty. And that I took me 10 minutes to be able to pry that one out and working it from side to side and everything else just to get it, the carbon to break loose of it. And then you put the copper washer on there. And just like I said, just oil it up real good. It don't take long to do this job, just pretty much about a day. And then I'm going to show y'all another thing, because as you can see, the fuel's right here, your oil's right here, then your cylinder's right here. So when you pop these injectors out, all that fuel and oil goes into a cylinder. And I have a little vacuum set up that I use with a little piece of 1/4-inch hose. I stick into the injector hole, and it sucks, and I'm moving around and it sucks all the oil and fuel and everything out to where I don't hydrolock and bend a customer's rod, and or bend a valve, or just mess up their engine in general. So like I said, if you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll be showing y'all how I get all the oil and stuff out the cylinders next when I get done resealing all this. Alright guys, so this is a contraption I have. It's a little Mighty Vac. You can set it to pull a vacuum and set it to pressure up. You can really test all kinds of different things. Test for vacuum leaks on trucks and do anything. But what it also has is this little cylinder for taking fluids out of stuff. So what I have here is a piece of vacuum hose or vacuum line off of an old 2nd gen Dodge. That what I do is I take this little end, since it's a lot smaller than the tip of the injector nozzle. I stick it in the hole and I try and push it down to the lowest corner of the cylinder and suck up all the fluids and everything else. So it's really simple, really straightforward. So I mean, obviously I used to showing y'all because I mean it's kind of self-explanatory. But I'm gonna do a startup video for y'all next. And another piece of advice I want to give y'all is the best way and the easiest way for me that I've learned to pull out these 7.3 injectors is with one of these. With one of these little heel bores. You can really get up underneath it and just pop it out a lot easier with how close quarters everything is. So the biggest deal is when you go to put everything back in, just make sure that all of your cylinders are free of fluids, or at least as best as you can get it. So I'm gonna do a startup video for y'all next, so stay tuned. It takes a long time to start it because you have to work all the air out the injectors and out the heads and stuff and let it all fill up with oil. got done with the truck. Everything's doing good now. Got off all the oil, all the air out the oil system, where everything's good to go. Customer's on his way. So if y'all would like to see any other videos or anything else, let me know and leave a comment below. And please, to help the channel out, subscribe and like the videos. The more y'all like and the more y'all subscribe, the more videos I can have. And as y'all can hear, once I get to 1,000, I can start monetizing, which is making money to help support this little one right there. So y'all have a good one, and please like and subscribe to the page, and I really appreciate all the support and all the help. Thank y'all.